Hey there, everybody. Thank you for joining us at Crypto Nightly News. It's going to be an excellent show for you tonight. We're excited to be here, excited to talk about all the drama going on crypto Twitter. If you know, you know, but we're going to talk about it. So let's get started.
What up?
How we doing?
We are doing good. The market's pumping. I had to bust out the crazy blue flower shirt for because Cardano is broken back out of the pattern.
Oh,
above 34 cents.
Above
Bitcoin 30. Touched 58,000. It's a good day.
What do you think, man? You think 48 is out of the future now?
Bull trap?
Bull trap? I mean, we were looking at how nasty those charts were looking, to be honest, before. And then for them to turn around pretty quickly. But I will say that we did see a lot of manipulation to the downside, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe they just couldn't hold it down anymore.
I've heard a lot of conflicting things from a lot of different people on what's going on. Crypto Face this morning was like, I told you boys, low 50s. Now we start looking at the upside, and then he entered like a $10 million trade. And I was like, that's crazy. And then 6 hours later, we were at 58,000. I was like, okay, Crypto Face is the fucking man.
Yeah, he freaking is, dude. He kills it. He kills it. Like, literally, look, like the average person works like 4, maybe 5 years to make like 150 grand, maybe,
right?
About that, you know what I mean? And they don't even take that home; they spend it all. But this man just puts his freaking eggplant on the line on a trade, and then you know what I mean, makes like $500,000, $2 million, whatever, like just takes profit 800,000. He's in profit, and then he just lets it run, takes another few 100,000. This man is crazy. I mean, that's awesome. It's great for him, but I mean, what a life that would be.
Yeah, that's well, hopefully we can get up to that. I mean, hopefully I can get up to that, trading, get up to that level. Learning a lot. If you guys are a serious trader, I suggest following AJ Wrights Crypto and getting in his trading group. He's not, you got to learn. You got to learn. He's not just going to give you buy and sell signals. He's going to teach you how to trade, so either way.
100%.
So how was your day?
Dude, honestly, I've been wore out. Yesterday, I did sleep like 12 hours. I went to sleep at like 8:30. Woke up today, at like 11:30. Or not 11:30, 7:30. But then, from that moment forward, it was just go, go, go. So I thought I was going to get to sleep in a little bit, and then, yeah, man.
You did sleep in. You got 11 hours of sleep.
Yeah. That was awesome. But considering that the last few days, it was 3 to 4 hours of sleep, you know what I mean? I'm like just getting towards equilibrium. I still need like, you know what I mean? I still need like 12 more, and then I'll be good.
The last time I got 11 hours of sleep was when we got back from Vegas. And that's because I had COVID.
Yeah. I mean, COVID helped in that sense.
Yeah, definitely.
We rested a lot more with COVID, I'll tell you what.
Right.
What's up, Oof Azu? Jeez, I just don't know. I wish I knew how that was presented, like how you would read that. And then what's up, Crypto King? Shout out to Crypto King. Dude, I'm really proud of him. I'm really proud of Crypto King specifically. And I will say, because there were a select handful of people that were asked to just burn an obscene amount of, like ADA, throw it into the ether. Maybe something will come of it. Maybe nothing will come of it. But, Crypto King was like, you know what?
Definitely a
I got
trust
it. I'm
me,
in.
bro situation.
Let me read the definition of a trust me, bro investment, because somebody had Grok write this explanation of what this means, and I just want everybody to understand. It was hilarious. So, trust me, bro investment is like buying Schrodinger's mystery box from a street vendor. You're promised it could be a yacht or a rubber ducky. Until you open it, you're the proud owner of both a potential gold mine and a possible whoopee cushion. And what's up, Blocky? No, you're good.
What's going on, Blocky? And apparently it is just Fozzie, sir.
Fozzie. That's easier.
Just Fozzie.
Fozzie's easier. I can do Fozzie, right? Sheesh.
Well,
how was your day? What else is new? Sorry.
No. I mean, other than that, getting in and it's, man, I hate it. Kind of sucks because so the only unimpeded time I have to trade is on the weekends. And the weekends are horrible for trading. Sometimes I can get some in at work in the morning before the guys show up and I get them lined out and everything like that. And then usually I'm out and about, no internet. But I did do some trading today, so that was good. I think I messed up my back at the gym. I think I went a little too hard at the gym today. Might have pulled something. But, pulled muscles are for pansies. So I'll be back at the gym tomorrow.
And look at this. Blocky
let's go.
80% on his Bitcoin 16x long. That's crazy. 50% secured. Go. I mean, that's massive.
Yeah, I've been I've been stuck. I've been stuck on PopCat and Swee. There's a couple things on.
Do you have any clays? Sorry, I saw this and it's distracted me. I know about what's going on there.
Did you all lock up any clays? No, I sold all my clays.
So they're having a free mint, but you have to lock up your clays within the next 14 days.
Yeah.
When
we got this little relief pump on all the clays, I sold them all.
Oh, geez.
I'm in too many NFT projects. I'm starting to wean all of my NFTs off. I don't know. I don't want to get into my theory. I don't want to bash any project, especially clays. Clays are OGs. You know what I mean?
I will say I spoke to somebody that was telling me about all the stuff that they're actually doing in the background and how much they're building. So they were very, very, very confident that the clays are going to be producing some pretty awesome stuff. And I will say that I was surprised because I haven't thought about the clays in any kind of significant way in a very long time. What's up, Greg?
Gregory Ward? What's going on? Yeah, I don't know. It's not.
I mean, your whole shift right there started with, I think, us talking to, I think it was Commander, right? About never dropping an NFT because he wants everybody to be liquid, right? And that they want you to be able to go in and out.
And that's kind of the thing. I'm tired of having my ADA locked up in long-term play, especially because I don't pay attention to what's going on in the clays. I don't, you know what I mean? All I see is price go up or price go down. I don't have the bandwidth to be in all these projects. And that is a very bad investor thesis. You know what I mean? If you cannot pay attention to everything that you're in, you're doing it wrong. You know what I mean? And I'm sure clays will go to the moon, but also, you know, the thousands of ADA I freed up to do other things with will also go to the moon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I can move in and out of tokens or what have you. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm basically focusing. If I mint any NFTs going forward, it is going to be strictly on the immediate utility of that NFT. Like JPEG bosses. You know, if you want to mint a boss, the immediate utility is access to the pro version of our website, Token Empire.
Yeah.
In the description below, tokenempire.xyz.
There we
Nice
go.
little
I love it.
little
Little
segue
segue.
into a shameless plug right there.
Well, we
You know
have
what I
to.
mean?
We have to. We have to. You know, like we've been building pretty hard for a long time. And I mean, dude, honestly, I don't know. I didn't watch the short that you made, right? I didn't watch the one with AJ. I saw it, right? I haven't watched it because I was there for it. So it's like,
Well, yeah, you were there. But AJ
but
goes over the investor. You know what I mean?
But
Trader.
the trader. Okay, so I think I started to watch some of it, but what I want to do is I want to make a clip of when we were going through Token Empire, because he was surprised. He was shocked that like we had actually built so much, like that we weren't just out here, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like some other people, which he called out by name, which was amazing.
Right.
But
and you know, it kind of goes back. So I mean, that's not why I sold my clays. I sold a bunch of other NFTs also. You know what I mean? And that's not why I did that. I did it before the show, but he makes a good point. You know what I mean? So when somebody says, you know, I do crypto, I'm into crypto, and you're like, okay, what do you do? Do you stake? Do you trade? Do you farm?
Content?
Do you, you know, what do you do?
Are
You
you
know
an
what I mean?
influencer? He said,
Are you an influencer?
content?
And you can be a jack of all trades, of course. You know what I mean? I don't have the bandwidth to do that. I have a full-time job. We have a show every freaking night. We have a Discord project. We're building other projects. So like the bandwidth is, you know, I trade, you know what I mean? I'm not a day trader. I am not a professional trader, but I'm trying to expand that. So those are my focuses right now. Not NFTs, not stuff like that. You know, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have to pick a lane and do it. It's not about doing a bunch of things moderately well. It's about picking a lane and doing it exceptional. And you know, that's what I'm trying to do. So,
well, what I will say is if by some miracle sometime this week or very soon I hit 100 to 1,000x, I'm gonna just start calling myself a trader. I'm gonna start calling myself a trader, bro. So when they ask me, "What do you do in crypto?" I'm gonna be like, "I'm a crypto trader."
I'm a trader. I hit 1,000x on one coin once.
Once. Yeah, exactly. No, but yeah. Man. But look, Blocky says it's good. He's good with it. Blocky says he's good with it.
Hell yeah.
Anyways, all right. Let's see. What else do we have going on? So there's drama in the cryptoverse. Crypto Twitter has had drama in the Cardano ecosystem here lately. We're gonna touch on that. I think we'll do that after Market Watch.
Yeah, and we take no position in this. We'll give a disclaimer when we bring it up. We don't want to. It's just we feel that as a YouTube channel, as a nightly news channel, as a Cardano centric news channel, we feel that we owe it to everybody so they hear it, you know, unbiasedly from both sides. You know what I mean? So, but we'll get into that. Other than that, do us a favor, like, subscribe, share this with a friend. You know, if you're on Twitter, tag some DGens. You know, give it a retweet, X, whatever. I'll probably call it for Twitter for the next 20 years. I still call Chase Bank One half the time. Follow everybody on the ticker on the screen below. If you're on
Bank One.
When I started banking with them, it was Bank One. Therefore, that's what it will always
I
be.
remember that, but that's funny. That was a deep cut.
Right. But yeah, follow everybody on the ticker below. Check out JPEG bosses are currently minting, and check us out. All descriptions are in the video below. Official Empire merch by one of our community members, Jaleesa, is JPEG Empire.shop. That description is also or that link is also in the description below. If you need a link to TradingView, Plow ID, anything like that, go ahead and check out the description below. Other than that, I mean, we don't really have any housekeeping. I'm losing both of my fantasy football games this week. So Monte Cristo in our Discord, in our league, will be receiving a 25 ADA bounty. And John, it's funny because I said something and John was like, are we going to have to pay a bounty on every game? And I was like, yes, probably. I'm probably going to lose every freaking game. Not to mention the prize pool that we're giving out at the end of the season.
So it was written.
So it was written.
So it shall
Other
be.
than that, do you have any housekeeping?
No, I don't have any housekeeping. Things have been,
No?
busy, just not. I've been out of it, man. I've been out of it. Can't even explain all the nonsense. I got to do some more stuff with FedEx again.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Crypto King, he had a nice big win today.
Really?
And your boy got
in the game,
your boy got $240 million for 4 years. Dak Prescott. Like some ridiculous number, $83 million signing or something like that. Who knows, some ungodly amount of
$83 million signing bonus.
Something like that. It's a ridiculous amount. And a
I
ridiculous amount guaranteed.
I would
and
die.
That was after they made CeeDee Lamb one of the highest paid wide receivers. Yeah.
Yeah, I would die.
Crazy. Yeah. Yeah. But we're not going to get into football. This ain't sports. We very off topic and get into politics too much. We're not going to start doing sports.
It's true. It's true.
All right. So you want to get into it? Get into the market update. I did not fix the.
It's okay. We'll play it twice. We'll play it twice.
There you go. Play it twice.
All right. Let me get it. It makes me so happy.
That's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to fix it. I was fixated on getting that Ondo script and getting that shot, getting that video cut and sent out.
I gotta watch it. I'm sure it was good. It
was pretty good.
Ondo's got a whole lot of stuff going on.
I need to get a teleprompter. Even I got like a massive computer screen right here, and my camera sits right above it, so it's like as close as it can be. But when I'm reading the screen, I'm like looking down at the script. You know what I mean? I have to be looking at the camera. So I got to figure that out. We'll get that figured out. It's a work in progress.
So here's what I'm going to do.
Pretty good.
You're going to start with the market watch. And I don't know if I want to turn off my camera because I don't really mind people seeing the inside of my house. But I'm going to relocate myself because my mom is being incredibly vocal.
She's gonna be real vocal tomorrow when Trump puts that smackdown on Kamala.
Is that what you think?
I think it's bias. If you're a Kamala fan, you're gonna be like, "Oh, Kamala won. She's a boss girl. She won the debate." If you're a Trump fan, you're gonna be like, "Oh man, Trump demolished her." You know, it's bias. You know, that's why I seen on Polymarket, they're like, "Who's gonna win the debate?" Like, you can't do that because it's just like it's a perspective. There's no defined winner. You know what I mean? a hardcore MAGA guy will never admit that Kamala won, and a true blue Democrat will never admit MAGA won or Trump won. You know, I mean, it's all BS. But anyways, let's get into coin market update. Let's hit the freaking refresh real quick.
Hit the like, hit the share.
What's that?
Said hit the like, hit the share.
That's right. All right, we are back over $2 trillion. Look at that. Up 1.4% today, coming in at 2.093 trillion. Not a lot of volume, but good price movement. We got volume coming in at 88.88 billion. We got Bitcoin dominance up a point to 53.7. ETH down a point to 13.5 at 1.66 GWei to send an ETH transaction. So we got Bitcoin coming in at 56,911, up 3.5%. It did touch over 58 today. We got Ethereum coming in at 2344, up 1.9%. BNB back over 500 at 516, up 1.7. Solana at 133, up 2.9. XRP at 53.49, up 1.1%. Dogecoin back over a dime at 1.103, up 7.1%. Tron up 0.5% at 15 cents. Toncoin trying to make a comeback at 519, up 6.1. And Cardano is actually down 2.2%, but we are back up to almost 34 cents when we were just at high 31s, low 32s just a couple days ago. So let's look at the biggest winners. Phantom up 15% today. Aave up 10.7. Ohm or Mantra up 10.1. BitTensor up 10%. ASI, I bet Crypto King is loving that. I know I love to see it. It's at $1.21, up 9%. We got Brett up 7.6%. Stacks up 6.8%. We're also going to be talking about a new, I don't know if you call it a layer 2, but it is like a scaling solution on Bitcoin called Fractal. We're going to touch on that a little bit tonight. We're going to do a deep dive later and probably go over it, maybe make a video on it. But it is the new kid on the block for scaling Bitcoin while still retaining the security and everything of the Bitcoin network. So it looks pretty interesting. They just went live. Biggest losers, probably not many. We got Helium on a retrace down 5.5%. Cardano down 2.2%. Gala down 1.5%. And then nothing over 1%. It actually turns green very, very fast. So, you know what? I don't have the freaking comments on over here. What's going on, Karen? How you doing? All right, let's see here. Let's go. Let's see what the markets did today. Boom, green across the board, and the VIX dropped a whopping 13% today. So we got the Dow Jones up 1.2. We got the S&P up 1.1. We got NASDAQ up 1.1. And the Russell K up a little bit, about 0.3. The VIX is down below 20 now, down 13%. We love to see that that is instilling calmness and certainty in the stock market. So that's nice to see. Let's look at Asia. So we got the Australian index up 0.63. We got the Nikkei up 0.42. Seen somebody posting a chart earlier this morning about the yen dumping against the dollar. And they're like, oh, this is how it started at the beginning of August. And then like 15 minutes later, Bitcoin pumped $1,000. So I'm not sure. When I went to look at the yen versus the dollar, it looked like it was trending down, but it didn't look that bad. Let's see. India and Hong Kong have not reported yet. Shanghai is flat. Let's look at the pre-market. Pre-market is flat. I mean, we got red and green here, but they're essentially flat across the board. negligible, not even a 0.0%. So nothing going on there. Now, let's take a look at the market. All right, let's see here. So we are on the weekly. We are getting this beautiful green weekly candle. Okay. Looks like we came down, we bounced off the 50. What would be really nice is if we get a nice engulfing green candle, follow that up with a second green candle going at the end of next week after we get these rate cuts. That would be awesome. You know, momentum is still going down. Money flow is going down. VWAP is starting to cut up on the weekly. So, I mean, we are definitely not out of the woods, but it is nice to see that beautiful green candle right there. Let's go down to the daily. Some interesting stuff on the daily. So, if we look here at the daily, we got the green dot on the bottom, obviously. We got money flow cutting back to the upside, VWAP above the 0 line. And this is what I was looking at right here earlier. So depending on how you look at this, we did not set a lower low this time. Okay. So if we're going wick to wick, it's obvious we didn't set a lower low. So, I mean, that's blatantly obvious, right? But if we're going body to body and we bring this up, we did set a little low, a lower low, but it was by like $30. So I'll take it and I'll count it as not setting a lower low, in my opinion. You know what I mean? A lower low is like, you know, this, you know, here's your lower low. You know what I'm saying? We did set a lower high back here, but we did not set a lower low. And we are getting some nice strength in the daily candles. Look at that candle today. So it's a 4% move today. We opened at 54,839 and we closed at 57,001. So a movement of $2,100. But if we go wick to wick, let's do that the other way. Come on. Dang it. Wick to wick. It's like a 6.6% candle today. You know, that is a beautiful recovery. Once again, does not mean we are out of the woods. We are still well below the 21. We're well below the 50. The 50 right here. So this was our death cross right here. And it looked like we were going to go back up. And then right here on this candle, the market was like, nope. And we dumped. So we're still not out of the woods. We love to see that 50 turn, come back up, eventually get us a nice golden cross. Probably out here, you know, first, second week of October would be nice. You know what I mean? If we can keep, we can keep this pump going right here. But really, I don't think we're out of the woods until we get back and we set a new higher high above 65,000 or 64,000. And then it'll start to feel like the bull run's back. And if we go down here to the lower time frames, we can see we still haven't reclaimed the 200 on the 4 hour. And if we scroll out, we did break the 50, which is nice. We got the 21 coming back up. Looking for why is market cipher B not showing up? What's going on here? I don't know. Let's reload that real quick.
Blocky says need 63K as support. And
yes, yeah. I agree with that 100%.
Fantastic.
What is going on here? Okay, there we go. And back to the 4 hour. Okay. So the 4 hour momentum wave is getting up there. You know, it can, in a bull run, your momentum wave can hold above for a long time. We have not really started the bull run yet. We're at about 60. You can see the money flow is flattening a little bit and the VWAP's coming down on the 4 hour. So I expect a little bit of a retrace, maybe even coming down, touching the 21. watch this 21 come up like this. And then we'll watch the 4 hour kind of come down, you know, boom, boom, boom. Maybe not come all the way to 56. We could just go sideways, you know, down another. Well, we're already at 56. So we're at 56.8. So it could overnight just come down as the 21 comes up, get a nice little kiss on the 21, and then keep going. But right here on the 2 hour, I was looking earlier. What was it? The 2 hour. Yeah. So as we started falling, you know, back on the 28th, we broke the 200. We bounced off it, couldn't reclaim it, and then we just collapsed. And we are currently trying to get back up there. We need to get above the 200. We're not going to get above the 200 on the 4 hour without getting above the 200 on the 2 hour. If we come down here, we did break it on the 1 hour, and the momentum is rolling over, very oversold, up at 91, or overbought at 91. I can see us coming back down, retesting this 200 right here, and that, you know, that puts us right about there, around 56,354. Watching the 21 come up, getting a bullish cross, and then hopefully we get a bounce off of that and continue up. So we're not out of the woods, but it's looking good. You know what I mean? And this could just be the run up. This could just be the run up to the FOMC. I know we got CIP, or the CPI data comes out this Wednesday. Depending on what that says, I mean, that could be, you know, bearish or dovish, or hawkish or dovish, however they say it, going into the FOMC next week. I did ask, like on AJ's stream today, I was having a conversation with somebody else in the chat, and I was like, do you think that the rate cut is priced in? And then AJ clicked on it and he was like, no, he doesn't think it's priced in, because if everybody's expecting 50 bips and we only get 25, then that's like we didn't get one at all. And I agree with that. But on the other hand, I think the sentiment has changed to where most people are only expecting 25. So if we are, you know what I mean? If the consensus is that we're getting 25 and we get 50, that could trigger a huge movement. But if the consensus is we get 25 and we only get 25, then, you know, it's par for the course, business as usual, slow grind to the top. Start the bull run first, second week of October. You know what I mean? And you guys got to remember, so we started this month. Let's go out to the monthly. That's not going to happen. That is definitely not going to happen. We might see 0.75 total over the rest of the year. Well, that's definitely not going to happen this one. We got 3 cuts or 3 meetings coming. So we got September, November, and December coming. So,
oh, he says want to bet.
Yeah, and Blocky, you are correct. Yes, historically cuts have been pretty bearish, but it's not like a long-term bearish. It's like an immediate bearish. And it's, you know, it doesn't last very long. I think Ben, I was watching Ben earlier today. I think obviously you were in there, Blocky. You're mod in there. He did some back testing. He said they usually last 5 to 20 days. You know, the initial shock of the rate cut. And I do agree that, you know what I mean, that rate cuts are historically bearish. You know what I mean? I seen somebody bringing it up and they were like, you know, because we had a rate cut like right before the crash of 2020. And they're like, yeah, you know, so the crash of 2020 was from the rate cut. And I was like, well, that's, you know, I think that's a little coincidental. That was like, that was a big crash. It could have been, but that was a big crash. I wasn't in crypto yet at that time in March 2020. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't have any like real life experience on what happened that day, except for, you know, reading what happened in the past. But okay, the month. So last month closed at 58,946. Okay. So we could still close this month at say like 58.5 or 58.6 and it still be a red September. But 58.5 or 58.6 or even 58 sounds a hell of a lot better than where we were at 52 and 53.
Yes.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
That's like people talking about how it feels so bearish now, and it's like, well, y'all weren't this bearish when we were at 15K for real.
Right. You know what I mean? Nobody
nobody
was this bearish last summer when we hit 15, 16, 17K, you know? So that's what I could see going on.
And some people,
I could also see a pump because we were talking last week that I kind of expected a pump into the FOMC, and then we get that news, and then we get that dump, but then we started dumping, but now we've changed course, so it could still be a bull trap. We could still get that pump into next week. You know what I mean? Maybe people have insight on what the CPI numbers are going to be. I'm sure people do. We'll see what happens with that. You know, they could be So Wednesday is going to be volatile no matter what. CPI numbers are always volatile. FOMCs are always volatile. That's just how it goes. So it's, you know, until we get back up there, you know, 63, 64, 65K and not on a wick, like a nice daily close. We body up there, you know, we get a good close, maybe one or two candles and show strength. In my opinion, we're still in a downtrend. And it looks so weird because when I'm doing this, it's like max headroom. I don't know if anybody's old enough to know max headroom. Can you guys see that? Am I jittery on the screen? Or is it just my side?
No, it was jittery just then. That was funny.
I don't know if you're old enough to know who max headroom is. But all right. Let's look at what's that?
Not a clue.
Not a clue. It's an old 80s, early 80s, late 90s. Karen's old enough. She knows who I'm talking about. All right. So let's look at Cardano. Cardano, we did break. Fozzie's old enough too. All right. So we did break back out of the pattern. That's awesome.
What do you think? That looks like a W, though, kind of, doesn't it?
Where are you talking about? Like this?
Yeah, from there. Yeah.
Boom. I mean, this is more flat. I would say I wouldn't call it an Adam Eve double bottom because this is flatter across here. But when you come down, it's hard to see we'd have to zoom in to get a little better view. But when it rounded like this and started to go up, I mean, it was good. So money flow is still flat. VWAP is still up, but the momentum is pointing up, which is good. Once again, we are not out of the woods on anything. I mean, this could just be, residual from the Bitcoin pump. Remember, whatever Big Daddy Bitcoin does, the market's going to follow suit to a certain extent. So we could not get over the 21. That's not good. We need to get over this 21 right here. We hit a resistance at 34.70 right here. We got this node right here, 34.70. We pretty much went up, wick to it, and bounced back down. This is more like a range because these nodes are kind of right next to each other right here. So I would take it more as a range, these two resistances from 34.7 to 35. So we really need to get above 35, which will put us above the 21. Let's go down a little bit. We did bounce our head off the 4-hour 200, which is not good. Because if we can't break the 200 on the 4-hour, we're destined to go right back down. That's just all there is to it. We got the momentum. Just kind of trudging along, rolling over. We're getting this red dot. Money flow is Look, money flow took a cut back right here. VWAP's coming down. Momentum's coming down. It looks like it tried to peak out right here. I don't know if you guys can see the different shades. You know, this white line comes and goes like that. Can you see them?
Yep.
Yeah. And then couldn't peak out. So we got the red dot on the 4 hour. And it kind of getting that little topish, little rolly right there. You know, a little double topish right here. If you guys can see that. And we're pretty far away from the 21. So I could see this coming back down, touching the 21. The 21's like a magnet. You know what I mean? It always wants to come back and kiss the 21 and keep going or come pretty close. I mean, we went over this extensively. You know what I mean? Like we break the 21, we go up, we come back, we touch it. This time we broke through it. We come up, we touch it. We roll down, we touch it, we touch it. We finally break through it. We're back up. And we need to work our way through those levels of SMAs. So we come down a little bit. Let's go out a little bit more. Let's get rid of this. All these little dots. Okay, so we were riding the 21 on the hourly or the 2 hour, nice and beautiful. And once again, we bounced our head off the 200 on the 2 hour. We come down. Now we're touching the 21 right here. And you can see, if you look at these, so we're going up. We have a steady up pattern on candles. And we're going down on momentum. So we're definitely losing steam. I do expect this to roll back over, probably come down to at least the 0 line before it does anything. So today could have just been a, I see some hidden, okay. Today could have just been a little relief rally and we could reset again tomorrow. You never know. But with as much as everything's pumped today, I would expect at least a little bit of a pullback. You know what I mean? But so that's it on ADA. I do want to look at this real quick. So SWI, I've been looking at SWI. SWI pumped freaking hard. But if we bring this down, this is what I've been looking at for a while now. We have this massive cup and handle. And then when this downtrend right here is on the 15-minute. And we broke that downtrend. We came up. This is the 2 hour though. We broke out the trend. We came up and now we're hitting our head against this rim right here. So I'm waiting for this to break out and I will be entering that. It'll probably be more of a, I'll probably just hold that one for a while, go low leverage and hold it because it gives us a target of 120. So that's a 23% move, you know. But when it breaks, it breaks. I think the only resistance we have right here is at $1.14. That would be right here, top, all these points right here, all this price action right here. So if we can break through this $1.14, boom, that measured move takes us to $1.19. And in my opinion, when you're doing a measured move or something like that, I always set my target below, you know what I mean? Because it's never going to hit. It's never going to hit 100%. You know what I mean? The measured move may say $1.19. You know, I would put it in like, you know, I use Vuman Church Doom.
Yeah, I was going to say I use Vuman Church Doom too. Yeah. I want to block it.
Disregard the church. Yeah, Fu Manchu. Fu Manchu is a
indicator that it's free, and
right.
it's a kind of maybe a ripoff of Market Cipher. Basically the same thing.
I mean, I'm of the opinion though, if you personally, if you can afford it, get Market Cipher, because Market Cipher is more than just the oscillators and everything like that. I mean, you also get Market Cipher A, Market Cipher B, you get Market Cipher SR. It has a lot more to it. But if you can't afford it, I mean, you can't afford it. You got to do what you got to do. You got to use what you got to use. And if it's free, use it. I used it for quite a while until I traded my way up to be able to afford Market Cipher. I took profits from trading and then bought Market Cipher with it and went like that. You know what I mean? So if you can afford it, get Market Cipher. Not to mention you get access to Crypto Faces, to the website. You get access to the Discord. I mean, Crypto Face is always in there. It's more than just the indicator. You understand, like that? But if you want to be a master trader, Market Cipher with AJ's Telegram group. If I shill that enough, maybe AJ will give us a referral link. But I would never shill it if I wasn't in it. I paid for it. I went out and I just bought the year subscription to the Telegram group, and it's awesome. It's already paid for itself. So,
like he said, he wants everybody to have skin in the game. Otherwise, they don't take it seriously.
Yeah, if it's free, you're just going to be like, meh. But when you got to drop a few $100 on it, you know what I mean, or you're paying a monthly subscription, you're more willing to pay attention to it. You know what I mean? So definitely something to look into if you seriously want to trade. And we can't all be day traders. I'm definitely not a day trader. But you know, you can make some gains. There's some, like, remember when AJ was on here the other day and I was like, I just can't get myself to short. I've been doing nothing but shorting all weekend, bro. I've been able to break that mentality of not being able to short. I think that's it. Oh, another thing I wanted to show on ADA. So this is a different chart that I have. This is a long-term chart that I look at for ADA. So this is I don't know if this is the actual, if this is the Gone fan. Oh, this is the fit. No, not that one. I don't think this is an actual Gone fan. It's like a fib speed fan. What is it? Yeah, fib speed resistance fan right here. AJ uses something similar. He uses this down here. He uses the Gone fan. But so when you set this up, essentially it's just a fib, and you can see when we bring this in, you know, you go from your lowest point, set your 45-degree angle, then pull your fan, and you can see how it interacts. Like, boom. It's probably a little hard to see on this screen, but it gives you resistance points. Like when we look up, boom, 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 you know, then we break through, hit another resistance, and look how these correlate. So this is the 0.677 on the regular fib right here. And look at that, right where it crosses on the 0.618 extension, it just bam, we get that right there, that mark. We come down, we fight with the 0.5 extension, we break through. But so you kind of understand what I'm talking about here. But the thing is, the reason I bring this up and the reason I'm looking at it is because in this overall, you know, the 786 right here on the normal retracement fib right here is going to be your accumulation. And we have fallen through that and we can't get above it. We tried to get above it. We broke down below it. And then now we're fighting to get above it. And this blue or purple area right here is also the 0.786 on the speed retracement right here. So we really need to break back into this zone and start playing our way up, you know, hopefully get above this 618 on the speed retracement and definitely get above this golden pocket, the 618 and the 65 on the regular retracement. So until these things happen, and until we can get above this 200 on the daily, the 4 hour, and until we can start breaking these and get up, we are definitely not out of the woods on Cardano. But it is what it is. We all know Cardano's a slow mover. So other than that, that was a lot of information. That's all I got on that.
Yeah. Yeah. I remembered.
The reason I don't show that chart is
with
because that's my long term. That's like on a Binance chart. That's what I use to gauge the macro on Cardano. You know what I mean? When I'm looking at longer time frames.
Yeah, man. Yep.
Too much information on there to like day trade with. You can't just, you're not going to use that to day trade with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
did you have some articles that you wanted to look at? Because I don't have any articles. I haven't seen anything.
I do have that
kind of stuff.
I have bookmarks.
Bookmarks.
The Fractal. Wanted to go over that tweet from Fractal. We haven't had chance to like really look into it yet. I know John knows a little bit about it. It's a recursive Bitcoin standard for ordinals, right?
Yep. I have bookmarked a post from Cash that I thought was pretty good. And that is the main thing, where he was talking about it without talking about it. So maybe I'll read that one first. I'll share that, and then we'll get into the other thing. Let me close my messages.
We're probably looking at the same. We're probably looking at the same messages right now. I'm looking at it right now.
Yes. All right.
Trust me, bro.
Yeah, trust me, bro. LOL. All right. So I said Friday in a space, and I'll say it again here. You get what you pay for in this space. Sometimes cheap and fast is good, but you usually sacrifice a lot on security. Sometimes secure and expensive is the way, and you miss the market, right? You may miss the market. Right. My thought is, why sacrifice any of those? Go to someone who is known for hitting timelines, respected in the space, and has a history of working on products. Have a realistic launch plan. Don't be greedy with raised funds. Not all of us are built the same. Some of us do code in the basement with no legal entity backing it up. Some of us have Delaware C Corps with a board of directors and real-life investors. You are building a protocol that thousands of people may use and transact millions of ADA, and you want to be cheap, exploitative is what he meant. Yeah, exploitative. Like, no. Well, okay, cheap, explorative. Okay, sure. The only people who will suffer are the community members and consumers of your product. Seen like 3 to 4 things this week alone that left me scratching my head. Godspeed to all of you. And next time, maybe pay the few extra bucks. And so I felt like this was kind of like related, based on just Cash, founder of Ada Anvil and Way Up. And so, yeah, I thought it was a good one.
Well, did you see his comment right there? Go down. Or bookmarks waiting for the next Anvil release, I'm sure. So people bookmark this, that's what he's saying. People bookmark this because once they release another Anvil, they're going to bring it up and be like, you said, people are nice and petty in crypto,
Yep. Absolutely. But so then besides that, I guess like I'll give kind of the overview of what is going on right now in the crypto Twitter drama. And I actually have a hard out today, but like a hard out at our time that we usually finish. So that is a thing. I'm going to get on a call with the founder of the jelly cubes, and see if we can get them on. Right.
Okay.
And talk to him, talk to him about some JPEG bosses. Let him know about, Token Empire. We've been building some cool stuff. Maybe there's, something. So we'll find
There
out.
we go.
But what's been going on in crypto Twitter is, okay, so you all know, and we've had on here many a time, and we will have him back, CMDR Commander. We've had him talk about Angel Finance. He's a close friend of ours. At the beginning of our transition of rebranding and changing everything that was related to JPEG Junkies over to JPEG Empire, Angel Finance gave us a donation of some Angel Coin, and that was when Angel Coin was worth 0.3 ADA, or was it? Or it was like no 3 ADA, 3 ADA.
It was like 3.2 ADA, or something like that.
3.2 ADA. Yeah, and then so currently the price of Angel Coin is like around 10 ADA, and you get distributions from 75% of the fees that are happening on Levy, right? So this was a massive thing for us because we had nothing, right? We were endlessly grateful.
Yeah.
We appreciate everything that they did. Our entire experience with the Angel Finance team, with all of the team members of Angel Finance, has been amazing. They've been super amazing with us, really great. They've been very fair with us always. And
we literally have a partner trait for Angel Finance. It's an Angel Wing background, in all distributions we get from all made off of the coins that they gave us that we did not sell, we did not touch, we actually added to it, go back to the holders of that partner trait. So
yeah, and
so that is
Angel. We are biased in the sense that we really love the team. We've had good experiences, but so there's drama going on in the Twitterverse. Pretty much what is happening is that everybody knows, or a lot of people know, that Levy Finance originally belonged to TAS, which TAS is the Ape Society. And so Avatar Nick was the developer that built Levy Finance for the Ape Society. And so apparently there were some agreements that they had made. But then when when Angel Finance bought Levy, some things had changed. The new ownership, they needed some assistance with some coding and stuff. And then Nick, being the architect, he had the most understanding of how that it worked, right? And so between them, there was some kind of disagreement. So we've got some of the snippets from both sides stating their cases. And we're not really picking a side or the other. But I mean, it's funny that this is happening on Monday, right? Because FUD Monday is a thing for Angel Finance, right? And so there actually was a effect on the chart. There was an effect on the chart, and we want to talk about it because we don't want anybody to. Good night, Blocky. Big love to you, man. We don't want anybody to make any rash decisions that are uninformed. Okay, so yeah, I guess maybe we should just play.
Basically, we felt that we needed to bring this out there because there's a lot of people, they're getting, you can never get two people together to talk about it on a stream, but Angel Finance put out a statement in a Twitter space. Avatar Nick responded in a Twitter post. That's what we want to bring to you, so you have both sides of the story. I mean, we feel like we owe it to everybody. Not everybody's searching everything. You get both sides of the story. It's up for you to make your decision, how you feel about it. If anybody's lying, who's lying, who knows? We don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's been a lot of, I guess, certain people trying to make more of it than it is. I believe that both of the parties kind of have an understanding at this point, but there was definitely a disagreement, and that's just is what it is. So,
so we will play that real quick, and then we will go over that real quick, and then we will get into.
You have the messages open.
Let's collapse that. Okay. I told you I was just looking at it while you were on.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go. All right. So the first one is going to be a Twitter space. This is where Angel Finance starts talking about it. I'm only going to play the first 4 or 5 minutes because that's where the initial statement gets made. And then Sean, their dev, comes on and he starts talking about exactly what's going on and everything like that from his perspective. But we're going to play Commander's statement.
It's a month.
Let's see here. Are we on? Do you have volume? No. Let's see.
Who isn't here can come and listen back to it later.
This is a recorded space, obviously.
Before we get started here, I need to make a couple of things clear. This isn't to start drama, even though it is probably going to start a bunch of fucking drama. That's perfectly fine. I am not a huge fan of all of the Cardano drama and shit that goes on around here. But we finally reached a point to where we had to go public with this. And if it pisses people off, then great. It pisses people off. But I want to be absolutely clear about something. This isn't going to turn into a fucking shouting match. If anybody comes up on this stage and starts talking shit for the sake of talking shit, you will be dropped down.
There's going to be a lot of cuss
as
words.
much as you want on the timeline because
we apologize.
I really don't care.
Hide your kids, hide your
we
wife.
are going to do nothing but state the facts that we have collected through this entire situation. We are open to any questions from anyone.
I also want to give a shout out to Commander because true to his word, he did not allow this to devolve into a yelling match and people getting up there and just talking smack and this and that. You know, if we can't have civil discourse on spaces and stuff like that, then I mean, what are a bunch of children? There's nothing worse than going into a space and hearing a bunch of so-called adults just delve into crazy rhetoric. You know what I mean? It's either way. That's just
concerning
my little rant.
How everything went down, but everything will be done respectfully or you will be removed. And that's all there is to it. So I just want to be absolutely clear about that before we get started. So I have Sean up here so that he can discuss all of the technical stuff as far as the code and everything goes. That's not my purview. But before I turn it over to Sean, I'm just going to kind of go through the timeline of events since the Chang hard fork. We don't need to go into even further into the past, even though there is plenty of shit to talk about. Right now, the focus is just Chang and how Levy is fucked up and why that is happening. So when Chang happened, we were told that Levy was ready to go. We were told there shouldn't be any issues whatsoever. Everybody experienced issues. We just happened to experience them a little bit more than everybody else. So once everything happened, we reached out to Nick multiple times, asking him for help to fix the situation because you, as our users, were being extremely adversely affected. Barakiel then got into a call with Nick. And during that call, Nick basically tried to extort us for ownership of the platform. He asked for 15% of the fees, $12,000 a month, and ownership of the domain. And once he had ownership of the domain, he would fix everything and he would kindly give us some fees to give back to our community. When we did not agree to that, he then threatened to launch a copy of Levy and then turned around and said that he was going to build a lending aggregator to basically get all of the different lending platforms and everything in one place on Cardano. So we Sean and his other developer, Sana, worked their asses off for 48 hours straight, wrote over 6,000 lines of code, and got Levy back up and running. We announced that people were able to go onto the platform. They were able to transact. They were able to get their funds off. We did have foreclosures shut down for a while because we wanted people to have a chance to pay back if they wanted to pay back and keep their assets. But Levy was running well at that point. And then as soon as Nick dropped this aggregator, everything went to shit. Any transaction that happens on the aggregator does not read. We do not link to that database. So if somebody pays back a loan on the lending aggregator, whoever tries to claim it on Levy just gets a failed transaction because the transaction hashes don't match up anymore. So another thing that happened during all of this, and I have receipts for this, which I will be posting in the comments section. While Sean and Sana were busting their asses to fix the Levy platform, Nick went into our database and changed the fee address for all of the fees from Levy. So once everything went live, the fees that were supposed to be coming to our wallet as Angel Finance were going to his wallet. He did not say a fucking word to us about that. Didn't tell anybody. We just happened to notice that the fees were leaving and not coming to us. We checked the transactions on chain and they were going to Nick. We confronted him about that in the dev chat, and he said that he would send everything back. As far as the transactions go, there was a little, I believe, over 3,800 ADA that was taken, and up to this point, he has only sent back about 1,400 of that and said that that's all that he received. So there's a lot of shit going on right now. So if you guys were at the space yesterday, you kind of understand why I've been stressed the fuck out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Sean talk about the code, because he realized immediately that the code for Sparky is the code that was ripped from us, which Nick told Barakio very clearly in that conversation that he had just directly copied the code from Levy and that he was going to use it to build this aggregator. So Sean, if you want to get into all the technical shit, you're more than welcome to do so. I'm just going to mute for a second and try to calm my nerves here.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, I'll start.
Okay, so Sean is the dev for Levy now, and he goes on to talk about what he had to do to get it up and running. He claims that he reached out to Nick several times to help get an understanding of the back end of the code, because
the architecture,
the architecture. So like when a dev, I'm not a dev, but when a dev writes something, it's like a signature. You know what I mean? They write it in a certain way. They know certain technicals, certain blocks, certain things that make up certain things. And he goes in and he says that he wasn't able to get it from Nick. Nick asked him to work on Saturn swap, I believe. And he said he would if he would just help him understand some of the architecture of the thing. I guess apparently it fizzled out and they never talked. But that's just a little more, but that's not like he's just explaining the thing.
Yeah, and he does it in a really good way, like from his perspective, not trying to I guess disparage Nick in any kind of way or say anything negative about him, but that he was just too busy to help them, even like sharing knowledge about how it functioned for and with them. Right.
And I mean, if you guys want to know more about it, I do highly suggest that you go listen to the whole episode.
Yeah, it's a while.
Hour and 23 minutes.
It's a lot of information.
It is recorded. Obviously, you can go to Angel Finance. I believe I reposted it. If not, look there, I reposted it. So you could just go to my Twitter and find it if you want. But so there's the accusation. There's Commander's take on everything, on how it went down. This is Nick's response, and we will just read this real quick. My statement on Levy over the last 3 months. My statement on Levy Finance. Over 3 months ago, Angel Finance bought Levy from the Apes. We both expressed interest in continuing the project. For the first month, I was asked with helping the Angels get set up with Levy. At the end of the month, they paid me a collective of $8,000 for setting up the platform, adding features, and doing support. Over the course of the next month, I was extremely busy with other applications, but was asked to do work with the Levy. I added multiple features and handled support, but was not paid. In late July, I was asked to do more and more for Levy until the end of the month, where I expressed interest in getting paid before I continue work. I was frustrated in not getting paid and in culminating in one of the Angel Finance members threatening me and demanding me to fix one of the bugs. The next day, I told the head of Levy, I simply do not want to work on the platform anymore, and he was fine with this. Over the next few weeks, I received numerous messages from the Angel Finance team demanding that I fix issues and help with support, despite not getting paid. I continued until the Chang hard fork. The Levy team is more than capable to fix and update the platform, but they asked me to fix it instead. I was busy fixing my own applications, but wanted a guarantee of payment since I have not been paid for prior work. We cannot reach a suitable agreement. I talked to the head of Angel Finance about creating an aggregator instead, and he was enthusiastic about the idea. He says he has proof of this. I introduced him to the other experienced Cardano developers that could help him in the future as a show of goodwill after the Angel team solved the Chang issues. I firmly told Barakiel, I do not want to work on Levy ever again. A few days later, after intense coding, bug fixing, and optimizing, I released the aggregator, which included Levy smart contract integration and later added fluid tokens data. The product is a true aggregator. It steered business to Levy Finance, and they get paid for each transaction for the full amount as though someone used Levy itself. They are stating the aggregator is breaking their site, but the reality is their data is simply not in sync with the blockchain. It is their responsibility to keep their data in sync. As a show of goodwill, Levy will be removed from the aggregator until they are back in sync. So he's taking down, that was another, so they hit him with the cease and desist letter to remove the aggregator on the grounds that it was not open source code and that he used the code from the Levy front end to create the aggregator front end is the statement. So he says he took it down. At this point, I have not coded for Levy for nearly 2 months. During that time, they have had multiple engineers working on the platform. Barakiel approached me once again after I told him not to debug and fix Levy due to their data being out of sync. In their cease and desist letter, they demanded I not only shut down SparkFi after enthusiastically supporting the idea of creating it, but that I also build them an entire sync system for free. I have worked on Cardano 20 hours a day, 7 days a week for the past 3 years. I care about the community and have always worked to improve the ecosystem. Again, I have not worked on Levy code for months and do not want to work with Levy or Angel Finance. I do not want to work with a company who treats people like this viciously and persistently, demanding that they continue to work on a product they don't want to. And I do not want to be a hostage. But okay, it's all like, like biting at them, snipping at them there. I'm appalled at the negative and slanderous comments to my reputation when I have dedicated my life for the last 3 years to Cardano with integrity. So Decipher asks him a question. He says, Nick, thanks for letting us know your side of the story. It is important to see both sides. That being said, none of this explains why you copied the website, which was apparently designed by Sean. Do you consider it to be yours? There are gaps in this story. He's claiming it wasn't copied. I copied the site up I coded the site up for several days. The transaction builders were brand new, chaining new code, models new, similar to Saturn Swap. Only the top of homepage looked similar because I wanted it to feel similar to Levy, which I thought would be okay because Barry enthusiastically supported the idea. I think he meant to say Barakiel there, unless he Barry. And the product was expressly an aggregator, not a competitor. And then he says, okay, on the software side, there's been no accusation by Levy. Issue really is only that the website's front page and logo, I believe. Understand your point. You should have made this 100% sure. He says, and that's why I took down the site and will launch an aggregator later under a different name with different branding and only when Levy is ready. Okay. He says he's trying to do the right thing here. So there you have it. Both sides of the story.
Check that out.
An accusation and a response. And yeah, that looks almost exactly the freaking same. That's even the same. That's even the same fucking color scheme, bro. That's pretty bad.
By Levy.
That's pretty bad.
These are the claims being made, and this is
so I mean that does so I mean there is holes in the story. I mean, why would you make it look like that? He says he made it look like that because he wanted it to feel like Levy. Well, that's like the owner of the company McDonald's fighting on McDonald's. It looks exactly the same, but it's McDonald's. It's not McDonald's.
So Avatar, here's this from Spentron. He says, Avatar Nick, now that we know that you diverted stolen money to your wallets after doing absolutely nothing for months on Levy, except apparently changing the fee wallet address to your own personal one. Oh, and the copy pasta. When do you plan to repay back the 1,600 ADA you haven't paid back from the over 700 community members you stole from? Can someone ask him? He blocked me. And I remember seeing that Spentron was blocked by him.
So yeah, he didn't address that. He didn't address everything that Commander accused him of. That's for sure. Our thing is that's his statement. You know what I mean?
Levy. Sparky.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same. Here's okay. So he's saying that he didn't steal the code, but he coded it up. What? If you're coding from scratch, granted, I don't understand coding, but if you're coding from scratch, why would you make it look exactly the same as the other one? I find it really hard to believe that he didn't copy pasta some stuff to make the coding quicker, because I'm sure that's tens of thousands of lines of code to get that up and running.
Can we change payouts from Levy back to our wallets right away, please? And forward the payments you've received back to us. Yes. Can we hop on a final call? ? I'm going to leave Levy and introduce you to some devs as well.
So, okay, hold on. Well, so there's another hole in his story. He says, I'm going to leave Levy. This is on 9/4, right? Okay. He said in his statement he hadn't worked on or been with Levy in months. That was freaking 5 days ago. What I would infer from this is that he was still with Levy, because he says, I'm going to leave Levy. It's just a lot of stuff. Unreachable for comment. Go back up a little more so we can see what they're replying to. Journalism 101, you should not have an opinion and only state facts, assuming most information is correct. You have a counter question to Avatar Nick for this. So they say he was unreachable for comment after he went dark. I was hours late to when Levy made that public. I tried to reach him for comment, but was unable to. Once he came public with his response, I asked for his response publicly and was immediately blocked. Okay. And this is the Cardano Times. Click on that.
Mm-hmm.
Are they a big news outlet for Cardano? I mean, they got 7,000 followers.
That's big for Cardano, but what I will say is that I I don't know if you were there early enough, but they were talking about this in a chat that we're in about how look, Jaleesa loved that. She said that she is piping hot. But no, they were talking about it in the chat about how the Cardano Times is very like emotional, parabolic, and doesn't fact.
Yeah, so even
Doesn't sort
Crypto
facts.
King says they're toxic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, I just thought it was interesting, it's the drama, it's the piping hot tea, and it is piping hot because the price of Levy went down. Can we look at the
not the price of Levy, the price of Angel?
Price of Angel. That's what I meant.
The price of Angel did dip.
Dude, it's still dipping. Let me share this.
Do you have it?
Look at it. There we are.
I don't have it up.
I got it up. I put it up. It's up there.
So it came up a little bit.
No, it's down.
Seen it. No, but I seen it at like 9 something earlier today.
Oh, you saw
that wick
up here. Yeah, the wick.
Yeah, look at that wick. So
what we're
has
saying
been steadily dumping.
What we're saying here is that we've been looking for an entry for quite some time.
I think somebody else is looking for an entry too.
Yeah.
Or that's a true statement, one of the two.
Yeah, exactly. Dump it.
It is Monday.
It is FUD Monday. That's why I think it's funny that it all is really coming out on FUD Monday. But yeah, like, and it's still bullish structure, isn't it?
I'd have to bring up my chart with all my indicators on it. Let me see here.
I mean, I don't know. I'm saying I would love to buy some Angel at a lower price. But I want everybody to be informed and I want them to understand what's going on. And I also want to reiterate that Levy has a whole like squadron of some of the best devs in Cardano right now working on Levy. And Sean is amazing. He's done an excellent job for them. And then well, I'm not going to say anything else, but there's a whole group of different devs. They said that they have the devs from Sunday Swap working with them, and a bunch of different devs from some of the biggest projects in Cardano.
It did break. Let's see here. What is the date on that? Why can't I see the date? Why doesn't it let me see the whole freaking?
All right. Listen,
I don't
know.
It won't let me see the whole thing. Yeah. So other than that, let's go back over here. Maybe we'll save this for tomorrow night.
Yes, and I'll do a deep dive in it, and then maybe I'll script a video about it.
Yeah, at least we'll do a deep dive so we can give it the respect that it deserves. Fractal Mainnet is live, a new era for scaling Bitcoin. So we want to be able to go into it in depth, and we have a hard out, so we will not be able to do that. But if you do want more of what we're selling you, please hit that like, hit that subscribe, smash that notification bell so you guys are receiving notifications every time we go live. I just put out another coin review or token review on Ondo Finance that went out Sunday. If you are looking to become a trader, we dropped a clip from on AJ's advice of becoming a trader and what you should be prepared for. We dropped that on Saturday. Check those out. We go live Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. PST. We're here for you. And drop a comment on that Ondo video. We also have a SWE video. The videos are going to get better. That's only my second video. I know. Some of it, I think the audio in one part on the Ondo, I'm testing out different mics, different audio setups. I might have to get a bigger light in here. I went with no glasses on that video, on the Ondo video, because when I do the stand up or on the stool, you see how I get the little things.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, I'll go with no glasses. And it was really hard to read the screen when I was trying to make that video. So next video, I will be having glasses. If there's reflections in my glasses, I'm sorry. But yeah. So we got all that going on. Check out tokenempire.xyz. It is free. Okay. So tokenempire.xyz is free. You can go in there. You can check all the prices in the Cardano ecosystem. You can aggregate NFT prices, everything like that. But if you hold a JPEG boss, you get access, lifetime access. There's not going to be a second season of JPEG bosses like these other people we know. You will get lifetime access to everything we put into that site. And as we build that site, and you will be able to get SMS messages on price changes on NFT floors, on coin floors. You'll get push notifications, however you want to do it, build watch lists, set favorites, all kinds of stuff. Connect your wallets. We got lots of big plans going on for it. Phase 1 is almost complete. Phase 2, we've decided to drop the trading bot, which is actually coming sooner than we thought. So, and you got to you do have to have pro version to get access to the trading bot. I'm just saying.
Right now, there are only like 4 JPEG bosses on the JPEG store that are below mint price, and you only need 1.
Not to mention, if you mint between now and 700,
yep,
you're in the raffle for 500 data.
Yep.
We got a bunch of 101s still out there. We got the Angel Wing backgrounds. We have 26 Angel Wing backgrounds left. Those get a payout from Angel Token Distribution. We have lots of other partner trades with the inmates, the hops, hops, risk, bank. We got all those other partner traits. And there it is.
There it is. All right, guys. We will see you all soon. Appreciate you all for joining us. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we appreciate you guys so much. Let's see. We're going to go with this one.